What's up, nerds? So if you're anything like me, you've used Instagram and a lot of different social media apps over time, and you've kind of realized that they're more of a time suck than you catching up with friends, which is probably what you originally intended for it to be. I found 15 social media alternatives to actually help you catch up with your friends and have fun doing it. And I love looking at different designs, and I love really nice design for apps specifically. I feel like all the apps on this list really knock Instagram out of the park because I feel like Instagram looks very sterile, where these apps are a lot more warm and inviting, and it's just fun to use them in general. I mean, they encourage you to do things like get out, check out new places, all those kinds of things, instead of staying at home and shopping on Instagram, for example. So let's get into the list, and I'm gonna kind of breeze through a lot of them. So if you have any specific questions, be sure to drop it in the comments. I'll be sure to respond to those or make a specific video about those. With that being said, let's hop into the app. So the first app on my list is called Corner. Now, I used to use TikTok kind of a lot, and one thing that I say TikTok always has done a really good job at is showing me places in my area where they're kind of like hidden spots or not a lot of people know about them. So I've just taken this app called Corner to some random spot. And what's really cool about the app is you can make lists of different places and things. So the app just kind of has a map like this. You can add your friends over here and see kind of what people are saving and what's on their list. And I can go through and I can see what people are liking and what they add to their list and stuff like that. And so you can find friends on here, and then all of your personal lists you can actually share with your friends or have specific people look at them. And if you scroll down here, you can have an AI powered search, which is kind of nice. So I'm gonna go down to the Long Beach area and let's just do cafes and hit search. And so you see all these cafes are gonna pop up right here, and I can go on them, I can click into them, and people can add different things and show me that random people saved it, which is kind of cool because I could see if the spot's pretty popular. I can, if I want to visit it or if I have visited it. Going on to my next app, which sort of encourages you to get out as well, and this one doesn't really show you any locations, but it kind of puts you in a fun little challenge with your friends. So this one's called Stompers. I really like the way that this app is laid out. Everything's sort of more hand-drawn, and so I can come here and see where my friends are at. So I can go up here, and this is me right here, and you can pick up items as you're running, and then you can take away whatever item you have. Kind of play this game throughout the day based on how many steps you did. It sort of challenges you to walk a lot, and especially if you're in college and stuff. This might be more of a fun game because you're walking from class to class and you're gonna get a lot of steps in anyway, so it might just be cool to check this out. And so your friends can load up their steps, and it's kind of a race to see who can get to the end. So you see right here, in 209 steps, I'm gonna get this firecracker item, which I can pick up. And the more items I pick up, I can edit my character and stuff like that. And I just really love the design of how everything looks here, and you can scroll through and share all your stuff or all your progress on here as well. So that one's sort of simple. My next favorite app is called Dazcam. So in my previous video, I mentioned Dazcam, but I just want to shout it out again because this app's really great for posting things, and like instantly you can get a vintage camera effect that actually looks realistic. And my problem with a lot of these apps is they look kind of cheesy and stuff because they really don't look super realistic. But with Dazcam, it's different. So I go in here and I paid like $6 for the upgrade, which is basically all the cameras that you want, you can have in the app. Without that, there's a few free cameras, and the free cameras aren't even bad. So I honestly could use them, and I didn't only purchase the upgrade after using it for a few months. But what's cool is they have all of these different cameras, and some of them are like video effects or some are collage effects. So you can see I can click sample right here, and you'll see it'll automatically cut out people and collage them on this page. Or if I go over here to instant SQC and hit sample, it's gonna put it in a frame for me automatically. They have pretty cool photos that look 3D in a video sort of way, and so this is like an example of that. It'll actually make the photo look sort of like these sample photos, and they have all different kinds of effects. So if I go over here to glow and hit sample, it really does look super realistic. So I'm gonna go over to one of my favorite cameras, which is the Hoga one, and then you can add an effect to it. So I always add the prism effect. So I'll go over to my camera effect, and we'll just take a photo of my desk setup right here. And so I just take a photo right here. And if I come back right here, this is sort of what the photo looks like. And I would say it achieved the effect pretty well. You get better results, especially in daylight. Colors really pop a lot more. And it has a lot of different features where you can upload photos to Dazcam specifically. But honestly, I take a lot of my photos in Dazcam because I just really like the effects and filters it has. Next up, we have an app that sort of helps you kick the Instagram addiction or any social media you want. It's called Refocus. It's probably the best way to block apps and stuff because the Apple's built-in blocker, while it is kind of nice that they have it, it doesn't really work too well because immediately you can click out of it. I mean, it has an option to just ignore it, and you can ignore it forever, and that's within the page. So with Refocus, I have a limit of only a minute a day, and when I want to go on a specific app, and let's say it's something that I really want to go on, so like for example Instagram. So Instagram, if I want to add somebody or if I want to just see what's up with my friends, but only for 5 minutes, I come into stop blocking right here, and I can select how much time I want to be in the app. I feel like this helps a lot of that doom scrolling where you're in the app for a specific purpose, and then it kind of shows you all these different things. You get so distracted. And I've had that happen to me too many times where this app sort of kicks that habit where I could just come in here and stop blocking for 5 minutes. But I'll sort of show you what this looks like. So right now I just blocked Be Real right here. And so if I click into Be Real, it's just going to say Be Real is blocked by refocus. So I can't change this. I can't ignore it immediately, so I have to hit close on this. We do have a lot of cool features in the app where I can see how much screen time I've had per day and like what I'm doing on my phone, and I feel like it is kind of nice, this layout, although it is built into iOS. But it really is just one of the best apps for blocking things. You can even schedule things or have specific time limits for specific apps, and I just feel like it's really great, and the interface is not very complicated or anything. It's just easy to stop blocking. But yeah, this is easily one of my top favorite apps. Next up is Letterboxd. This is an app where you kind of go through some of the top movies and you can rate them, and your friends can kind of comment on them and see how you're feeling about it. So you could see how many people added it to a list, what the cast is like. You can click on all of the actors and see what movies they're also in, which is kind of cool. And what's cool is I could recommend this movie to my friends, or I can say that I've watched it, say that I liked it, and you can even rate it. So you can see they have ratings right here in the distribution to see like how people are rating it and stuff. And what's cool is that you can come in here, you can search any movie, but I really like that you can create lists and stuff of movies you watch, because I just add some of my favorite movies here, and then if I'm feeling like I want to watch a movie but I can't really think of what to watch, instead of just randomly scrolling through Netflix, I can just come into this app and click on whatever movie I want to watch. Next up is post.cv. So this is kind of if you're trying to switch to like an Instagram alternative. This app is really nice. I mean, it is a little bit sterile. It's opposite of what I said in the beginning, but I do just like how it's laid out very simply, and you can scroll through it. Now, I do use this app now instead of Twitter because I feel like Twitter's got too many bots and stuff on it, and there's just a lot of really cool people on this app, and a lot of what the Twitter alternatives are missing are the content on there. So like the Twitter alternatives just have random people talking, and it's not really engaging to look at. But this app has a lot of really cool people on it, and I've actually found some pretty cool stuff from post.tv. So this is just a really nice Instagram/Twitter alternative. You could have DMs and stuff and post. Not that I've really done any of that yet on this app, but in the future I probably will, and I can see this app kind of getting a little bit more of a following than it has now, but probably not being to the level of Instagram. Next up is that same kind of concept as post.tv, except this one is called AirChat. So I feel like this app's going to be a pretty big hit or miss for people, because they have to you have to speak into whatever you want to post. So as I scroll down here, these are all like captioned versions of people talking, and you reply with your voice. Now, if you're somebody who loves to voice note text to people, I could see this app being really fun for you, and you really engaging with it. But just in general, I don't really use this app a lot, but I have seen a lot of people give a lot of praise to it, so it's sort of a miss for me, but I can see why a lot of people really like it. And it's just cool. You could scroll through it, and you can find different communities and stuff, but you can like really talk to them like you're on a phone call, but you space out your replies like you can on social media. So I would suggest checking out this app, and if it's really not for you, I mean, what's the harm in it? It's free, you know? Next up is Airbuds. So Airbuds is really cool because it's gonna show me what all my friends are listening to, and I can scroll through it like TikTok feed or something like that. And as I scroll through it, it'll just show me what they're listening to, and it'll play the song for me. And so you can comment on what people are listening to, so you can see I gave a fire to this. And if I go to my personal profile, I can see all the music that I'm listening to. You can add some favorites, and just kind of shows you what your top artists are and what you most recently listened to. So it's just kind of a cool app interface in general. Don't judge me for my music taste, because the one thing that I will say about this app is that if you listen to a song like maybe a minute or something, if you just put it on like randomly, it's just gonna automatically put it on your list for everyone to see. So that is kind of a downside, but it is cool that you can just scroll through, see what your friends are listening to, and sort of comment on it. This is one that I will say is gaining a lot of traction. I've seen a lot more people download this app recently, and I have a lot of friends who are actually on this one, unlike a lot of the other ones where I maybe have one friend max that's on them, and some of them I had to get my friends to download them just to try them out. This next series of apps, they're all by a company named Amo. So Amo has really cool designs, and I actually really enjoy the way that they create their social media apps. So all three of them live in sort of the same universe, but they do different things. So I'm gonna start out with Tilt by Amo. So what Tilt by Amo is it is literally a camera, and so I could share videos with my friends and stuff, sort of like a Snapchat thing. So I'm gonna take a photo of my desk setup here, and if I click it, it's also gonna take a photo of me. And so I take the photo on both sides. They place it sort of as a video, so you see if I tilt my phone, it's switching up when I'm playing. So I can control that. I can add stickers to it and stuff. So this is like my notifications, but I could add different text. So I could say like hello, for example, and then I can add, I mean, any kind of sticker I want. So like a donut right here. and I could share this with my friends. And that's basically what this app does, is it just kind of shares stuff with your friends. You can scroll back through your memories down here. You can go through your photos and add some of your photos to this thing as well. I will say that's cool, but what's really cool about it is if I come into their next app, ID, this is sort of like a wall or a space where you can put anything you want. So you can see I have some photos and stuff in here, but if I go into stickers right here, I can add any sticker I want to this wall. I could do whatever drawing I want. And if I go over here to my account and stuff, I'm able to actually add some of those photos that I just took from the other app onto my wall and stuff. So this app doesn't have too much of a following yet, but I can really see how this could be pretty big, because this canvas is really infinite. So you can see I can zoom all the way out of the canvas, or I can zoom into the canvas. And so it's cool that you just have this big empty wall or space that you can go through. And so I can add a new drop, and that's like what my feed is down here. And then all my notifications are on this as well. So it's just kind of a cool app in general. And then they have a third app, which is sort of like a Snapchat Maps kind of thing. So for example, I could just scroll through and see where my friends are on this map as well, which is kind of sick. And then they have like Scratch Map, which I don't even really know what it is. So there's a lot going on with this app, but it is a really cool universe of apps. So if you are looking for a new social media app, you probably have to convince your friends to sort of download this app, but I do see how it could be cool and just fun to keep up with your friends and stuff using these apps. So just to recap, those apps are ID, Tilt, and Bump, all by Alma. So if you're into listening to music and you want to kind of discover new music and stuff, this app is sort of like a Pokemon Go of apps. So I can click on different music icons on a map. And so if I click it and then I click open, you have to be actually in the vicinity of the actual song. And then once I open it, this is going to be a random song, so I can add to my collection. And once I do that, I can go to trade, and I can trade people songs that I like to listen to with something that they like to listen to. So this person has a ton of songs on here. So I can just hit trade, and I can offer them all of the songs that I've picked up so far, and I can hit submit, and they can offer the trade. So what's cool is that you can just grab all the songs that you like to listen to and sort of discover new songs. It's really like Pokemon Go, except you don't get to like battle really, but you get to trade songs and get to keep them in like a little library. So they have some little side quests you can do, and these quests are pretty cool too. You can merge different songs to form some songs that you really like. And then your profile is cool because you can load up your Spotify, you could have your favorite artists on here and things like that. It's just a really fun app to get out, and I don't really see people using it as much as Pokemon Go. I do see people sort of maybe using this just as a fun way to get out. Next up is No Place. So this is sort of like MySpace, but you could have like your friends and have updates going on. So as people update their page or their wall with new like posts and stuff, you can see them here, and you can have friends. You have discussions and chats on here. You could search for things, and then you could add an update or like a post, for example. It is kind of cool. I could go ahead and change this background right here, so I can change it to like whatever color I want. And so like I could do purple and white text and change the text, and I could change the about me and all that. So I'll hit save right here. So you could add some friends, have some top friends, and then say what you're currently doing or what you're interested in, what your hobbies are. So it's kind of cool. It feels like you're bringing back sort of the old era of like MySpace and stuff to the new age of like Instagram and things like that. I feel like this one might catch on with a lot of people because it just gives you a lot more freedom to post sort of whatever you want. Lastly is one of my favorites that I've seen, which is called Retro. You basically add photos of your week to Retro. And so if I just add some photos that I took and then hit update, it's gonna update as like sort of a post. And I can see what my friends are posting on here as well. So if I go here, I could add people and stuff. And if I go, I can create albums and stuff with this app. So I sort of like to think of it as sort of a photo album, but it's shareable with everyone. That's pretty much it for this video. If you did enjoy, be sure to drop a like or subscribe. I'm a pretty small channel, but I post every Thursday, and it's a really great community because you guys really update me with things that I didn't even know about a lot of times before in the comment section. So yeah, if you want to join the community, be sure to drop a subscribe. But that's pretty much it for me. See you next video.